Okay, The Fall Guys, which is in cinemas, including IMAX. Some people may remember 80s TV show with Lee Majors as a stuntman. I think he moonlighted as a bounty hunter. Anyway, this is very little in common with that. This is directed by stuntman turned director David Leitch, who played a key role on John Wick and then went on to do Atomic Blonde, Deadpool 2, Bullet Train. Directed by a script by Drew Pearce, whose credits include writing and directing Hotel Artemis, for which I think you interviewed Jodie Foster about that. Although you've interviewed so many celebrities, it's kind of hard to remember. You did definitely interview Jodie Foster once.
No, she was director of a bank heist movie, I think.
Okay, not that then. Anyway, so Ryan Gosling is stuntman Colt Seavers. His main gig is doubling for a movie star, Tom Ryder, played by Aaron Taylor-Johnson. A stunt goes wrong. He's injured. He retreats into silence. He abandons the movies and he turns his back on his girlfriend. It's this camera operator, Jodie, played by Emily Blunt. Fast forward, I think it's 18 months. She's now a director working on a science fiction action adventure called Metal Storm. This is going to be her big break. He's parking cars in a Mexican restaurant, but he gets a call from the producer, which is Gail, played by Hannah Waddingham, who said, "Oh, you're needed, and Jodie's asked for you." And he says, "Well, I've retired from the movies. I don't do this anymore." She says, "No, but she needs you. You're the only person who can save it." So he goes, "Okay, fine," because he thinks this is the chance to get things back on track. But when he gets to the set, he discovers that he hasn't been asked for by Jodie, and in fact, she's kind of surprised to see him.
I just checked on IMDb, and the Jodie Foster interview was for Money Monster.
Oh, right.
That's what it was for.
Okay, fine. All right, so
carry on.
Anyway, turns out that the star, Tom's gone missing. Gail thinks that our man, Colt, can stand in for him to save the movie, but Jodie, who hadn't asked for him to be there, is really sore because he went silent on her. So the two of them put together again. She's now the director. He's the stuntman. So she decides that, she'll punish him by getting them to do loads and loads of scenes in which he's set on fire and thrown against rock because she can. And if you've seen the trailer, that's the sort of setup. There was talk of adapting The Fall Guy way back. I think about 10 years ago, McGee and Dwayne Johnson were sort of meant to be doing it. And I don't know what would have happened with that. What I can tell you is I doubt it would have been half as much fun as this. The film's been described as an homage to stunt people. It's in the Guinness Book of Records already because it has got the most cannon rolls for a car. It's got 8.5 cannon rolls. I think the previous record was like 8 or something. Cannon roll is when you have a thing which knocks the car over and then it flips and rolls. And the stunt action stuff is good. I saw a screening of it in the IMAX cinema in which one of the stunt guys was there. And when everybody else walked off the front, he literally leapt over the IMAX rail and did a stunt. Apparently they had a crash pad waiting from the other side, but the entire audience gasped. And they did make a big thing about it's time to get Oscars for stunts, which I agree with. However, the main attraction isn't all the big explosives, although that is done well. The main attraction is Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. If you saw the Oscars, they were the funniest thing at the Oscars. They were doing that pairing because they was kind of the rivalry between Oppenheimer and Barbie. And they were quite good as a double header. And quite often those kind of Oscar, two people together being funny, they don't work. But in the case of them, they do. And the reason is they've got good chemistry. I mean, they are funny. And if you've seen the trailer, that is the film. Unlike in the case of Civil War, in which the trailer makes it look like a very different film, the trailer for The Fall Guy is exactly what the film is like. I mean, it's absolutely popcorn fun. It's got very little depth. I came out afterwards and another critic went, "Well, that was terrible." And I said, "What do you mean it was terrible?" He said, "Well, it was just terrible. It didn't make any sense. It was badly written." And it was like, have we watched the same film? And people often say, if you're a critic, you have to have your faculties turned off to enjoy something which is just popcorn. No, I saw it in the IMAX screen. It was big, it was explosive, it was loud, but the thing that I really liked about it was the central chemistry between those two. Hannah Waddingham is absolutely enjoying chewing the scenery, and that's really good fun. It's slightly too long, but what isn't nowadays? And I came out of it going, well, that's exactly the thing that I wanted it to be. It was big, brash, noisy, funny, and at the center of it had a pair who have real on-screen chemistry. And that's what you want from a popcorn blockbuster. I'm sure it'll do really well.